Hey YouTube, it's your girl here, Tammi C Walker, the owner of Dreams Are a Reality. I created this channel to provide light and love. How are you doing wherever you are? Happy Easter to you. I hope it's been a good weekend. I am doing well, busy, and feeling a little stiff in the legs. Typically that doesn't happen, but I know I haven't been drinking enough water. But besides that, I'm doing pretty good. I want to talk about who has the strength in the relationship. Also, who has the control in the relationship. I'll start with strength. So, hit that like button and hit subscribe. The one who has the strength in the relationship, and I gotta read. Oh, let me see. Maybe I'll do my sophisticated glasses. My sister gave me these. How y'all doing? He or she is vulnerable. They are not afraid to say, I love you, I'm scared, I was wrong, my bad, I'm sorry. They lay it all on the table. They put their cards on the table. That's a strong person that can say those things. Because have you all realized that sometimes people would try to make you pay for the person that was before you? They'll try to make you pay for their childhood trauma. I can't trust you. My mom, she wasn't there for me. I can't trust you. The last guy I was with, he cheated all over me. The last lady I was with, she cheated on me and she took my money. So I just don't trust easily. And it's a time when sometimes we should not be in a relationship. We need to take out that time and address those wounds. And this is something that people really don't want to do, some. And you mention therapy, you mention counseling, you mention couples counseling, they graze over it. Now, it even happens to me within reason. Like if it's top of the year as a therapist, maybe their deductible has not been met and they have to pay out of pocket until it's met. Now, these are the same people that'll tell me their business ventures, how much money they're making, how successful they are. But when they find out they got to pay out of pocket, they ghost, or, they can't do that. And so where's the value in this, self-care and this mental health support? People don't see the value, but you can really go far in life and love if you would invest the money in your mental health. And if you get a therapist or a counselor who does not help you, who is not paying attention, who is talking over you, and just, you could tell when they're just collecting money or possibly burnt out or fatigue, compassion fatigue, you have to switch to a different therapist. But you owe it to yourself to get that support to heal those childhood wounds or the heartbreak wounds or whatever you have. Also, a person that holds the strength is a very patient person, because we know that love is patient, love is kind, and it takes time. Sometimes you may be more in love with your husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend partner before they get there. But you have to be patient. If they are really worth it, you let it marinate and you let it flow. But I've noticed that people want to rush. They'll just meet someone and they're already planning weddings, or, oh, we just got to be together. But when you rush, you miss those little fine pieces. You miss the fine print. Because we all know at first, many of us, we are putting on a good show. We have our mask on. But eventually when you feel comfortable, they'll see the real, in my case, Tammi, she'll appear. Also, a person that is strong and the stronger person in that relationship, he or she is not afraid of commitment. They know that you need to commit to one person, not two, not three, not five, not a team, one person, if he or she is worth it. We treat people like they're disposable, or we treat SE, like it's just a thing. It means nothing. It's meaningless. And when we treat it like that, it can become an addiction. And the more you do it, the more you want it. And now it's no longer sacred. So you got to be careful with that. Oh, I used to hear this all the time. Oh, we grown, we can do what we want. Yeah, but that's within reason. Yeah, you can, but there are consequences that come with doing what you want, like babies and diseases, which I don't want neither one. No offense to the babies, but at this age and the way my age is set up, it's going to be a no. Also, the strong person has emotional intelligence. They know when they come in the house and they see their husband with stress all over his face, you might not want to nag him to put together this and, honey, when you going to do that? And you said we was going on vacation. It may not be the best time to talk about that. That's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is being intelligent enough to control and manage your emotions, but also to notice and spot that, hey, my wife is burnt out. I'll grab the dishes today. I'll go get the baby from daycare. Emotional intelligence, you picking up on how your partner or your spouse is feeling, and you know how you feel. So that is the person, to me, that holds the strength. Now, the one that holds the control in the relationship, that's different. I always say the one who holds the control is the one who does not chase. If you chasing, you're never going to be the winner. You're always at a deficit, because when you beg and plead and do the symphony and want somebody to be with you and they're acting resistant, you're the loser and they are the winner. Like, if you want to look at a relationship in that way. And have you noticed that? I remember a couple years ago, the lady always wanted to party, and the husband, he would be so upset, but he sure, I'm not going to say would let her go because she was grown, but she kept doing it over and over and over and over. But he would be so upset. But I do believe this guy did not feel worthy of this lady because she was real attractive. He was okay looking, but he wasn't bad looking to me, but she definitely looked way better. I'll say that. But if he was confident, it wouldn't have much mattered. But you could tell he was just glad to be in her presence and with her. And she rode that thing all the way down. And eventually, years later, I discovered they got a divorce, which I wasn't surprised. But he let it go on for so long, I guess because he was so happy to be with her. He let her do what he wanted. And in that case, he lost. Even with a married couple, if a partner chases the spouse, kind of what I just said, and the spouse is all aloof and nonchalant, or like, I'll be back, baby, I gotta go, and the lady is always upset, she lost, because he is the one that's in control, because he's doing whatever he wants. Now, I know men, some of them, they do like to have freedom. And again, if you follow me, I am the type that will give my guy freedom within reason. As long as we do our stuff together, if he wants to hang out with the guys or, do different stuff, I'm not the clinging type, okay? But if we were living together or married, don't come in at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. That's just simply disrespectful. It's just certain things should not happen in those type of relationships. But I wouldn't be opposed to my man. He want to hang out with his family, and maybe I'm with mine. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Or he want to hang out with some guys. I just don't have that type of time. But I know some women get mad. He's always out. He want to go out. Let him. You don't want them to feel like ball and chain. You do have to give freedom, because guess what? I want some freedom too to hang out with my family or my girls. And of course, we're going to hang out together with the families, but I'm just using it as an example. Even if someone cheats and if the other partner stops caring, now the cheater no longer has the control. When he or she is cheating, that person is going to be chasing them or saying, why you keep cheating now? A man not going to put up with a cheating lady. See, men, you all get away with murder. But if we did it to you, you wouldn't be able to handle it. But a man is not going to put up with a cheating lady that keep cheating all over him. The average man would not. They just can't. They can't deal with that mentally. But we, some of you are, because they know we put up with a lot of cheating. And it's just like, if they keep doing it over and over, it's really not a good match for me. I could see an incident or something happen, even though I wouldn't be happy with that either. But over and over, multiple people, no, come on, you all. No. So if that's him cheating all over you and you stop caring, you win. You the one with the control. I've seen it happen. Player from the Himalayas, dog the poor lady out. Then it got reversed. Sick as a dog, couldn't take it. and kept chasing after her. But he wasn't chasing after her when he was cheating on her with all them women. So you see how the roles can reverse. Like my parents, my late parents' marriage. My dad was older, 13 years older than my mom. My mom was very attractive. My dad was a nice looking dude, but he was older and he became more complacent and just sit on the couch, watch sports. He was an electrician for the railroad, so he was out in the elements. And in Chicago is below zero, and Chicago is 100 degrees. So he caught all of it. But his thing was he loved to fish. My mom was more of a glamour girl. She loved to go to Marshall Fields, have on her makeup. She worked for the post office. She liked plays, concerts. She loved stuff like that, music. And they were kind of opposites. So I felt like my dad did not have control because he was like trying to control her. But my mom was like, swinging her hair and out the door. And you could just tell that they had drifted apart. And it was sometimes a hard watch. I remember this guy I had many years ago. I was 16. He was like 17, something like that. And a cute guy, very sweet too. We had an okay relationship. We was young, but he was too nice. And I told him, I said, "You so nice." And it's not a bad thing, but when you're a pushover, it can be a turn off. And it was to the point where his mother would take his paycheck. Now he worked at the post office with my mom, and his own mother would take his money. And I told him, I said, "You shouldn't let her take your money. I know she ain't like me." And when I saw her, and he was real cute, but the mother was hard looking. So I don't know. I guess he got his looks from his dad, I'm assuming. His mama was a rough rider. But one day, I just kind of got turned off to him because he never stood up for himself. So I started pushing, my weight around. Like, you need to stand up for yourself. And I just started being like, kind of, I guess, bossy with him and rude. It wasn't horrible, but I remember not being nice because I had got turned off. And even at that young age, I got turned off. Next thing you know, he showed me, he went and got him a freshman, a four-eyed freshman. We talk about the girl. But when I saw her, I was like, man, that don't look like his type. But I guess he said, "You want to boss me around and be rude? I'm going to go get somebody who I can dominate." And that's what he did. So I was hurt, and I ended up walking to his house, skipped school, walked to his house, and he had hickeys on his neck. And I'm sitting there like, man, I haven't seen him in 2 or 3 weeks. I know that's not for me. I was so upset, you all. I was so upset. And so, long story short, of course, we never got back together. But guess who ended up with the control? Here he comes on my porch. He was like, "How you doing?" Like, I guess months later, "How you doing?" And trying to, like flirt and hoping we could get back together. By then, I had a new boyfriend, which ended up being my ex-husband. God, if I only knew. But yeah, I ended up telling him, I said, "Oh, I have a boyfriend now." And I just felt so good. Even though I was kind of wrong. I was wrong how I treated him. But he got me back with the freshman. But I still won. I ended up with control. So the whole synopsis of this video is, really, the positive part is to have strength, is to be vulnerable, is to have patience, is to want commitment, and it is to have emotional intelligence to control your emotions, manage yourself, but also pay attention to your partner if they're burnt out, if they're stressed, if they're not feeling well. Be emotionally intelligent enough to say, "Babe, I got this. How can I help you? What do you need?" My love of my life, I can talk to him to this day. Instantly, I could tell his mood. If his voice sounded a certain type of way, I'm like, he in a good place. If his voice sound funny, like he have a cold, which you don't get colds, but it'll be like tired, and I'll say, "What's wrong?" I know right away. Same with my sisters. They could tell with me. My dear friend, like when we lost our brother, when I talked to her that day, I said, "How you doing?" And she said, "I could be better." My friend never say stuff like that, ever. And I knew something really bad happened. Same with my sister. If she say, "I could be better," I know it's bad because my sister's a very cheerful person. But yeah, control. Now, what I'm trying to tell you all is, if you are pining after someone, if you chasing them, even in a relationship, you together, but you trying to make them do this, make them marry you, make them go out with you more, or stop them from doing this, and chasing. Or if you're the guy and you're trying to get your lady's attention, she's just, doing her own thing, doing her business, whatever. She's not paying you no attention. You the one that's chasing, you losing. You don't have control. The one that's aloof and doing what they want, they are the one in control. But to me, to have a good relationship, you should be on an even playing field. You shouldn't even want to control your lady. You shouldn't want to control your guy. The couples that really do well together, they let each other shine and flourish. But the key is you always do stuff together. Go out together. You can shop together. You travel together. You be with the family together. Now you can separate and like I said, he go out with the guys, you with your girls. You know, you do stuff separate. You're not Siamese twins, but a lot of your time should be spent together. That's why I want to get remarried. I don't want to be with somebody and he's always gone. And then we jump into bed together, go to sleep. Because some of these couples, they're not even doing nothing in the bed because they're so tired or they're so separate. And the longer you keep doing that separate stuff, it just gets permanent. And next thing you know, you have a different bedroom. Keep your love alive. Keep that marriage going and do stuff together. Don't try to control the other person or win or one-up them. Use the strength pieces that I named, and that way your relationship will flourish. You are partners. Like the pastor said when I got married, he held up the ring, and I was really listening to him. He said, this is a circle. I don't know if you can see my ring. This is a circle. It is not to be broken. And I really listened to that. And I took that to heart. And I take marriage seriously. It's a blessing. It really is. You marry the right person. It's a good thing. It's not negative the way people describe it. But you got to be in it to win it and in to stay. And you don't want to chase your person. When you're chasing them, it's just not good. Work on yourself. Self-love, self-love. I do these videos, not just for you. I'll be talking to me. I have to do the work too. I am not perfect and I fall along the wayside. So I'm a work in progress, just like you are watching, are doing self-love stuff for yourself. I'm journaling, I'm reading my Bible, I'm listening to YouTube videos. I have a therapist. I have to do it too. I would be a hypocrite to sit up here and tell you all what to do and I'm not doing the work on myself. I have trauma from the past. Oh, yes, I do. I have trauma, childhood stuff that happened to me. Not per se from my parents, but yeah, being in the house with an alcoholic, and mom has some mental health challenges. So I'm sure that affected me, and being in a very unhealthy relationship. Okay, and a couple bad relationships, just some stuff. So I'm not perfect now. Don't think that. I don't think that I am, and I don't want you to think I am. All right, drop me some comments. Let me know what you thought of this video. Thank you for your time, and take care of yourself. Bye.